And we're back with another creepy healthcare professional in this incredible 2023 Lifetime Stalker movie. This is the Paramedic Who Stalked Me. I'm Jay Harangue and I've wasted hours of my life watching terrible films.
You should subscribe.
We start with this group of teens laughing, even though nothing remotely funny's happened. They're not even talking, they're just laughing.
I love you guys.
I love you guys. This is Chloe and she's the main character.
Hi.
Her friend Lexi's like, oh my god, Chloe, your mom's gonna be like so mad when she finds you're not home.
We haven't really been talking since Dad left.
So there's all the backstory we need. Thanks. And Lexi was right. Chloe's heavily sun-damaged mum, Karen, is furious that Chloe has escaped out of her bedroom window. Meanwhile, at this bar, this drunk guy is getting into his car. The kids are on their way home, again laughing about nothing, when Karen calls Chloe. But oh no! So here come the paramedics, Matt and Charisse. Charisse will attend to the drunk driver, while Matt's gonna check on the kids. Todd, the driver, is dead, but the other three are still alive. Matt notices Chloe is wearing a necklace with angel wings on it, and immediately becomes obsessed with her.
Okay.
In the ambulance, he starts stroking her hair and removes her necklace.
Everything okay?
Just checking your vitals.
Really?
When Karen gets to the hospital, she finds out that even though Todd is dead, the other three are gonna be fine.
Thank God.
Karen then meets Matt.
You saved her life.
No, thank you is necessary.
Then Chloe wheels in.
Thank you for saving my life.
Karen is called away by a police officer, so Chloe and Matt talk about the accident. Then Bryce comes in. Bryce is still alive, even though he looks like a corpse. I suppose I don't blame him for never going out in the sun. He's probably taken one look at sun-damaged Karen and thought, fuck that.
Yep.
Chloe's like, Matt, this is my boyfriend Bryce. And he's like, oh, hi, Bryce. Then Matt overhears Karen talking to the police officer.
His third offense. Seriously? And now a teenage boy is dead.
I am sorry.
So Matt decides to take the law into his own hands.
Mr. Talbot, this isn't looking very good. Your liver's about to quit.
What are you doing?
No, please, no. So he's dead. When Matt gets home, he's about to start knocking one out over Chloe's lifetime equivalent of Instagram profile, but his girlfriend comes in and drags him to bed. The next morning, he goes to the hospital to see how Chloe's feeling. She's much better, but she can't find her keys or her necklace. Yeah, Matt took those. He made a copy of her keys last night, so he pretends to find them in her room.
Sometimes you don't see what's right in front of you.
So that just, leaves my necklace.
Matt's like, yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. Karen sees Matt hanging around in Chloe's room again, and she starts thinking that something's a bit off.
Correctamundo.
When they get home, we find out that Chloe's dad cheated on Karen, and that's why he's not around. This isn't relevant to the story at all. No idea why it's even being mentioned. But yeah, that's what's happened. When Karen heads out, Matt, who's hanging around outside their house, knocks on the door.
Hi.
Hey.
He's like, look what I found in the wreckage. Your necklace.
Bryce will be thrilled when I tell him.
Huh.
Maybe I'll, see you around.
Oh, yes, you will. Later that night, Karen sees the necklace and asks Chloe where she found it. Chloe's like, oh, Matt brought it round. Karen's like, the paramedic? How does he know where we live? And Chloe's like, Mum, he saved my life. The next day, when Karen and Chloe are out, Matt lets himself into their house, grabs Chloe's junior prom photo and lies on her bed. Although we don't see Matt knocking one out of a Chloe's junior prom photo, it's certainly implied. But oh no, Matt's fallen asleep and Karen has come home. Matt manages to escape unnoticed, but Karen's pretty sure someone was there. When Matt gets home, his girlfriend has a few questions.
Who is she? There's someone else, isn't there?
There's no one else.
I can tell when you're lying to me.
He's like, I've just been busy at work.
Yeah, right.
Chloe comes home and sees that her prom photo is missing. She asks her mum where it is, and her mum tells her that it must have been the person who broke into their house earlier. That night, Matt's stalking Chloe's lifetime Instagram equivalent and sees photos of Chloe with Bryce. He decides he needs to get rid of Bryce, so the next day at school, he somehow managed to arrange to give some CBR training to Chloe and Bryce's class. And he demonstrates how to use the defibrillator on Bryce.
Clear.
Relax, Bryce. I'm a professional.
Then he shows Chloe how to do mouth-to-mouth. He's so creepy about this that both Chloe and Bryce are onto him.
Matt came to my school today for health class. You were right, something's definitely off.
Maybe he'd listen to a little nudge.
Maybe not.
So Karen goes to the hospital and tells Matt to stay away from Chloe. He's like, I think you've got the wrong idea. I'm just a concerned paramedic. I have a girlfriend at home.
Well, so now there's no reason to keep crossing paths.
Whatever you say, Karen.
Meanwhile, Chloe and Bryce have decided to break into Matt's house.
That could backfire.
Find something?
Took this from my house.
But oh no, Matt's come home and sees Chloe's car. Instead of letting them know he's caught them, he tampers with Bryce's vape. When they get home, Chloe finds out online that when Matt was in school, his girlfriend Haley was killed by a drunk driver. But something's wrong with Bryce.
Chloe.
What? Oh my God, Bryce.
So Chloe calls an ambulance, and look who's arrived. Matt. Unfortunately for Matt, his partner Charisse has managed to keep Bryce alive, so Matt's going to have to deal with him in the back of the ambulance.
Checking.
Stubborn little brat.
Still nothing. Charging to 225.
Let's see you survive this, huh?
So Bryce is taken into the hospital. Chloe and Karen are told that Bryce will be in a coma for a couple of days.
He could have some memory loss.
Well, that's ideal for plot purposes.
It is.
The doctor tells them that Bryce had overdosed, and that this makes sense because pills were found in his backpack. Matt's partner Charisse overhears this conversation, and it turns out that the pills found on Bryce were the same type that had been going missing from her and Matt's ambulance recently. So she decides to speak to Karen. Karen's like, yeah, Matt's weird. He keeps hanging around my daughter. Can you tell him to piss off?
I will.
Good, thank you.
But oh no, Matt's overheard this conversation. So when they're out, he stabs Charisse and makes it look like their ambulance was attacked by junkies.
Very impressive indeed.
Back at the hospital, he goes into Bryce's room and grabs a pillow.
Good night, buddy.
What are you doing?
He's like, oh, I was just making him more comfortable.
Bullshit.
Chloe's like, look, Matt, drop the act. I know you did this.
Bad things seem to happen to people around you, Bryce. Your partner, Haley Stillwell.
Matt's like, you better be careful or more bad stuff's gonna happen. And then he leaves. When he gets home, his girlfriend has had enough.
Do you love her?
Yes,
I can't stay here anymore.
that's what you want.
That's what you want.
Matt believes Karen is the one getting in the way of his relationship with Chloe, so he pretends to be interested in buying a house that she's selling. Meanwhile, Chloe's arranged to meet Matt's dead girlfriend's dad.
Drunk driver came out of nowhere and tried to save her. Paramedics said they had to pull him off her. That night changed him, just not for the better. It was like something dark had taken root. You've got wings, too.
Wings?
Haley had the same necklace. You want to see a picture? She hardly ever took it off.
Right, so the woman Matt thinks he lives with is his dead high school girlfriend.
Yes, of course. Now things are beginning to make sense.
Back to Karen's house viewing.
Karen, I didn't want it to be like this.
You're really sick, aren't you?
I was really hoping I could call you Mom.
Karen runs away into the woods, so Matt chases her and pushes her off this ledge.
Someone should call a paramedic.
Yeah! When Chloe gets home, Matt's there. He's like, it's fine now, Chloe. I've got rid of your mum. Now we can be together.
At last.
She tries to escape, but he sedates her. But what's this? Karen's not dead. She's woken up, and she's absolutely fine.
Oh, I see.
When she gets home, she sees that Chloe has been taken, and she's somehow worked out that Matt will have taken her to his old high school to recreate the prom he missed. And yes, that's what's happening. As in all these films, Chloe decides to lure Matt into a false sense of security by playing along with his delusions.
You're right. I'm sorry I resisted it. It's so clear to me now.
So Chloe escapes the prom and finds her mum in the hall. They're on their way out when...
The exit!
Chloe, stop fighting this!
Again, Chloe escapes and again Matt chases her. But when he gets outside... Then she goes back into the school to help her mum. An unspecified time later, we see Chloe going to visit Bryce, who's woken up from his coma. She's like, Bryce, I'm so happy that you just look dead and that you're not actually dead. Cut to this mental hospital where Matt, who survived the defibrillator attack, is still alive and is picturing his nurse as Chloe. And that's the end of the film. So until next time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and check out this other video. Thank you.